Welcome back to the Lava Crows, where we last left off. We almost had a TPK because people falling off a cliff, um, or a goat. The goat, surprisingly, survived. Um, there was discussion, and then everyone decided to hop into bags of holding to be flown up by Cassie. I think that was the gist of last week. Am I missing anything?
Sounds about right.
Oh, and on a nat one, Cassie arrived to the top of the plateau to face down 20 scavengers aimed with spears and bows, ready to throw down.
We did have a short rest before that,
Yes,
which doesn't really. I'm surprised how much that didn't really help me at all.
you're a little velociraptor. All right. So, Cassie, you are facing down 20 scavengers. They're humanoid looking. Their sizes are between dwarf and maybe Goliath. They don't have any distinguishing features. They're very simply dressed. Um, but their weapons do seem to be fashioned out of um, advanced metal. So, well, they're scavengers. That makes sense, actually. Uh, and they're all pointing their weapons at you. How would you like to greet them?
With fire.
Uh, Kathy is going to back away a fair amount and using telepathy ask Genevieve.
What do you want to do about these?
In 2024 version, sure can. I believe so, right? That's the
I think
they've
so.
changed to druids, right?
Um, if I were mean, I'd say you could respond as a velociraptor. Um, but you keep your mind as a druid when you shapeshift, right?
That is correct. Yep.
Then I'd say, yeah, you can send back a. Uh, what's the limit on your telepathy, Cassie? Is it 20 words, or you just have telepathy in
It
general?
it's just telepathy in general.
Okay. Does it say that they can respond to you?
I believe that's the case. It just says, and this is from your feat. You can telepathically communicate with any creature within 30 feet of you. They do not have to speak your language, but must understand at least one language to understand you.
That is not a they can speak back feat. So unless you have natural telepathy, Genevieve, that's a no. Um, yeah, go ahead. Roll it.
Does a velociraptor have like raptor vision or no?
I think what they have is pack tactics and a hind claw that can gut you like a fish.
So not really a raptor. Do you have any raptor noises prepared? Oh.
Shall
So
I pull out
Cassie,
my
what?
pocket creatures?
Sorry, what was that, Cassie?
Shall I pull out my pocket creatures?
All right. Well, before Cassie does anything else, she is going to summon her flamethrower turret.
Okay.
And I have a question for you. Can you communicate across the opening of the bags?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Other question while you're looking stuff up for that kind of thing. Can Shay see what's in here?
Shay can absolutely
Yeah.
see what's in and around the bag. Let's see. Are the bags closed or not?
They're currently closed, but if they're able to communicate across that opening, she will open them up to do so. I just need to know if it's possible or not.
Um, I don't think that's something Cassie will have come across, so I'm going to say roll your Arcana for that.
I would say that's fair.
Also, just FYI, what is in the bag?
That depends. Did you get in Kitlax or Cassie's?
No
Oh,
one's in Kitlac but
Jesse's.
Kitlax.
Yeah, no.
Fair.
Yes, Shay called dibs on not Kitlax.
Yeah, that's pretty understandable.
All right. To answer your question, there is a bag of caltrops, a crowbar, some fine clothes, oil, rations, rope, tinderbox, torches, and a water skin.
Okay, so nothing personal, I guess I would say in there.
Your the file reward that you received, Cassie, is that in there?
Um, Probably so. I can't think of anywhere else that she would conceal it.
Well, there's a file folder that she received from her boss in there that
Oh,
you didn't get to read. That's about it, I guess.
and there is a small plush purple dragon toy in there.
Would Shay read it?
It's very difficult to read a toy, but you can try.
Oh, she'd cuddle the toy and read the the folder.
Um, do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking because it is dark in there.
Also, there is a time limit on the bag, as I recall. What did we decide? 3 minutes?
It's 10
10
minutes.
10
10
minutes?
minutes
Oh, okay.
plus
We're good.
however long we can hold our breath.
Okay, so you still got at least maybe
It's
8
like
minutes.
11. Yeah, it's like 11 minutes for
Yeah,
total
Yeah, we
for
yeah. There could be an entire
Shay.
combat, and you would have no idea. Okay, we're good.
yeah we did the math, and it's we got enough time.
Uh,
For
here we go. No,
what?
Cassie does
It
not know.
depends.
those
Yeah, I mean
bag
that's fair, I guess.
Those bags are as soundproof as a vault. You could be screaming bloody murder and they wouldn't hear you. It's like a miniature portal once you open them. They're just in another plane of existence. Nothing gets in and out.
Did
Except your
Shay
hand.
did Shay hear that when Cassie received that it shouldn't be read, or like was there any warning against reading this thing? Because she wouldn't do it if that was the case.
Cassie, did you warn them not to read it? As I recall, you just took it and then read it yourself, but you
Or
didn't
the
mention it.
whoever gave it to them.
Oh no, the only warning was you should not talk about the truth that you learned. She didn't say anything about about anyone else's reward. And I believe she apologized to Cassie that they couldn't find anything more concrete.
I think Shay would read it.
About how far away can Cassie land from them?
They're not quite to the edge. There is maybe a 5 by 10 square you can land that's right on the edge. Um, if you try to go over them, they might. It's in. Oh, that's a good point. Cassie, was it in Draconic for you? I can't remember. You read Draconic,
Was
right?
I I guess that would depend on they had written it in. It wasn't her that wrote it.
That's true. Give me a second to think here. Anyways, there's a 10 by 5 square that's kind of you can land on the edge that you would be surrounded by. You could try and fly over, but they are aiming. There are 20 of them with weapons aimed right at you. Not sure it'd go over well trying to go over.
Can't go over, can't really land there and expect other people to get out there. I guess she's going.
Oop, you cut out.
Hey down there. What do you want?
You see them all kind of looking at you, and finally they go. One of them kind of steps forward. He has a bigger spear than the others. He sniffs a little and, you no meat. You meddle.
No meats. I'm not good eating.
Blech. We spit on metal. Would you like to dodge spit, Cassie? Because they are going to all try and spit at you. As he says that.
They,
They better be very good spitters to manage that.
That is a 17 and a nat 20. I assume the nat 20 hits.
I would assume so if it's a weapon attack.
Um, yeah, of a sort. So half of them it just falls off the side of the mountain. But half of them do succeed in just covering you with spit. Genevieve, roll me a deck save real quick. Let's just take a look, see, because you are in Cassie's pocket, sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, you are now covered in spit. It is disgusting. It is slightly sticky, and it smells of uh, rotting meat. It is. This is utterly disgusting and unpleasant. What you want? You no bring meat. You not meat. We have nothing to eat. Well, Ben.
there's goat down the mountain.
Yes, we heard goat. We heard roar. Roar, not goat. Where's roar? Roar would be good eat.
I don't know where the roar went actually, but I didn't see it.
Ah, useless metal, like all metal. Shoo! Before we toss you away.
Yes, I'll be on my way.
And then he turns and goes,
We
Goat Hunt or Ben Hunt. Vote now. You hear Ben immediately. You assume it's Ben. Go Goat Hunt, and he's trying to get some enthusiasm for that. Cassie, they're distracted. You can probably fly over now. Where would you like to go? In Failrune.
It has been a while. Remind me where we were going in Failrune?
You are looking for treasures in Failrune or something valuable in Failrune, whatever you can find. Um, the scavengers, you're basically right here. So you have what was a Spelljammer Tower way over there. You have the main town a little higher up. Um, you can roll me an investigation or perception to try and figure out stuff. You also have the cave entrance to the Grand Mine over there.
All right. Once can using. No, go ahead.
Something valuable, because there's always something valuable at Failrune. It's just most people don't get out. Yeah, Shadowspire, she had basically contraband that was hidden and needed to be retrieved. There were also some things that you could collect there to make it seem like you weren't just after contraband, that you were just collecting materials for her own benefit. But yeah, here it's sort of a crapshoot. There is probably something valuable somewhere. You just, you know, it's more a scavenger hunt than anything else because there's just good stuff in Failrune if you know where to look.
She could point if you want to do that. Otherwise, I'll just ask the question.
Shoot. Yeah, when you're a velociraptor, a little spit covers a lot more of your body mass.
What do you think? Shall we try the tower first?
Also, why is it slightly green?
It's as good as any other place, I guess. Let's go.
And on that note, about how far away is the tower time-wise going at dash speed?
Dash speed, you could probably get there. Let's see, it took, what did we say? 3 minutes to get up there. About another minute to fly over to the tower at dash speed. Maybe
All right.
45 seconds.
All right. She is going to do that, and then take a look around.
Roll me perception.
That is a 17.
Oh, Shay, it is in common. What did Sorry, what did Genevieve get again? Sorry, 13. Something doesn't smell right around here. Cassie, you got a 17, you said?
Yep, 17.
Yeah, as you looking around, there are more scavengers here. It looks like you just met the welcoming committee. Um, maybe a dozen tucked away. There are even some near the top of the tower. I need to go let the dog in before she digs a hole in my door. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, there are still some scavengers here. Not as many, but there are still scavengers here. Um, with a 17, yeah, they're probably armed.
Shall we continue onward?
All right. I guess they are going next to the ruins of the city.
All right. You can roll me another perception if you'd like. Actually, I said what was in there in the group chat, so yeah, you know what it is, Shay.
And that is a 15.
All right. 15. Not more. Even though it's brighter up here, the ruins seem to be casting more shadows than usual. But you see maybe 3, 4 scavengers about. You could probably avoid them. Maybe.
We're running out of places here. Should we take our chances?
That begs the question: does Cassie understand this?
Hisses in the affirmative.
Roll me an animal handling, I think.
Just for curiosity, I want to hear an affirmative hiss and then a negative hiss.
I mean, I could see an affirmative hiss, but differentiating it from a negative would be difficult.
Hiss once. Well, no, one of you is a robot. Just looks like a lizard.
Used to be a lizard, but kobolds
Eh,
aren't this quite the same as lizard folk.
hiss once for yes, twice for no.
Nine.
Um, I was going for at least a 10, so she hisses. Affirmative, negative. Mm, it's a hiss. Velociraptors hiss. Is there any acidic spit on you? Not yet. At least you hope what they spit on you wasn't acidic.
All right, Cassie's gonna roll her shoulders and try to find some shadows where there doesn't seem to be any scavengers about.
All right. Make me an investigation.
That is a 23.
Yeah, actually, there is. In one of the larger buildings, kind of close to the tower, there doesn't seem to be very many scavengers there at all. Even though the path to go back down to the rest of what was the colony is pretty nearby. It's actually kind of surprising. Yeah, You can absolutely go there.
All right. She is going to go there. I don't know if you want me to make a hide or a stealth or not.
To you, how stealthy do you want to be?
She is trying to be stealthy. She does not want to alert them.
Go ahead and roll it then.
Not great, but it's a 9.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. You land and no one notices you.
All right. At that, she is first going to open up her bag of holding, reach in and grab out very Snoopy Kinder.
And Shay, as a reminder of what was revealed when Cassie read her file, because I did again say it out loud to the group. Um, Basically, they could not find any origin of her or her great history, but they were able to identify that she likely had family a while ago, but they don't know if they're still alive, given that they're kobolds. Um, and roll me your investigation with disadvantage, actually, because you would not be a party to this.
Yeah, and you only had a few minutes to read anyway. Gee.
You
20.
absolutely notice the anachronism that while the paper and the information is definitely maybe at least a century old, decades to a century old, the little file notation is definitely of a more recent variety, simply because you happen to glance at some of the paperwork when you were in that workshop. Um, that doesn't make sense if these are historical documents that were identified. So you know exactly what Cassie knows.
Okay, so most of it is already public knowledge.
Well, public in that meta wise, you all heard me say it.
Right. Oh,
Cassie has not
meta
actually
knowledge. Okay, that's
discussed it
different
with
from
Yeah.
anyone.
public
Yeah.
knowledge. Gotcha.
Yeah, Cassie has not mentioned any of this to you.
All right. So Shay, you are out. You are in a surprisingly shady portion of the ruin, although um, you have a
And
great view of uh, Orlaru, or rather his
are
remains.
you are you going to drop the documents and the purple dragon plush before you get yanked out?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I mean, it didn't sound
Yeah.
like it was a ton of information anyway. So
It was only about a page. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, she is going to set Shay on the ground there, and then she is going to do the same for Kitlak.
Kidlak, you are pulled out of that sack into a surprisingly shady part of the Fail Rune. You also have a great view of the dragon's remains. Some primal instinctual part of you is sad, but it's brief. It's not important. You don't
Yeah.
actually worship dragons.
Kitlak is moved for a moment, just like feels some vague emotion that he can't quite quantify. Staring at that thing, opens his mouth, shuts his mouth, and then opens his mouth again and ties the bag around a tooth and ingests it one more time. Well, that was unpleasant.
You look at
Yeah,
Cassie. She is
little too
covered
quiet.
in smelly, goopy spit. And so is Genevieve's wiped herself off a bit.
Do I want to know?
it's Kitlek too because
No,
he's been
not really.
Kitlak
checking
nods.
his.
Then I will not ask.
Does that quench your hunger? Would you swallow that, or
I'm sorry, I just got chips and guacamole, and it's really good.
Was that what
oh,
your doctor
well,
responded with?
No.
is that to like cover the bag? Did something that tastes good, or
Yes, I have some pocket guac just for an occasion like this. You've got to
who
lubricate the bag a little bit and
who
just kind of,
doesn't, right?
yeah. We all have our ration of pocket guac. Yes,
Yes,
looking at you, Shay.
yes. I'm not judging. It's just an intellectual question. Just curious. Is if you feel less hungry when you eat your bag?
Um, yes, actually. I mean, it is consuming space in my stomach, and I have to remember to eat a normal amount of food when I have a bag inside me. But
Is that a problem for you?
eh, kid like shrugs. Hasn't been historically. He's only had the bag in him about
Just
2
say to be
It's
days.
quiet.
just 2 day historically.
Sorry, what was that, Cassie?
No, I did just say we need to be quiet.
Kitlak
Oh, we need to be
Yeah.
quiet.
doesn't say nothing.
Some more sheep up here.
Yes, yes, there are scavengers nearby, and they very much want to eat meat.
Me too. Wait, is she a vegetarian? I don't think so.
So
Well,
we
Ben's
are
potentially on
currently
the
in
menu,
the
but
ruins of the town.
Okay. So sneakily check the town for fun stuff.
you are
We
in
do
what
seem
appears to
very
be
interested in metals, so if we find anything like that, it should be untouched.
uh, you are in what appears to be maybe a city hall or some large gathering hall. It's made up of stone, like most of the ruins are. Because of the location of the walls, it offers natural shade and shadows, even though it's still rather bright out. Uh, they are worn from the heat and something. You can inspect the walls or look around. Most of the town looks like this. They just high stone walls and lots of shadows.
Does anyone have a metal detector? No one brought a metal detector? Okay. Maybe group purchase. We get a metal detector at some point. Is that a thing?
A device that has the detect metal spell on it? Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay.
It's kind of worthless because there's a lot of metals in the asteroid, but it's a thing.
I feel like that would be a problem using it around Cassie.
You have to understand how to decipher the readings from it, but
Also, if everyone could just give me a quick perception check.
Love that. It's a 10.
funny.
Six.
Great. So, Shay, you're the only one that just you hear like a brief scrittering just for a second. Then it's gone.
Scrittering as an insect type of thing, or
Yeah, it was so brief you're not sure. Could have been an insect, could have been a rat, could have been a lizard, could have been any number of things.
from ahead of us, behind us.
In the shadows.
Well, it sounds like the meat eaters are around, and Did it sound big or small?
Um, it was again I will tell you now. It rolled a nat 20. The only reason is
Okay,
you were able to hear anything is you got so high.
fair
Yeah,
enough. I would just go with it though.
it was so brief. You really couldn't clarify more than that.
There's there's stuff in the shadows. Is that what you're talking about with the meat eaters?
I couldn't quite tell you. They weren't in the shadows when I saw them. There could be some in the
Cass,
shadows.
Cassie, roll me your insight for a moment.
Can I blindly grab for something in the shadows with my mage hand?
One second. So, Cassie, here's
Nice.
what you recall. In the lower plateau, it didn't really matter. Shadows, sun, they were all out there hunting, looking for food. In the Spelljammer Tower, they were all mostly in shadow. But up here, all you didn't see very many scavengers, but none of them were in shadows, which is kind of odd considering how many there are and how hot it is. And yes, you can absolutely grab randomly in the shadows with your mage hand. Um, go
Yes,
ahead
as I
and
was saying, I didn't see any in the shadows, but I suppose there could be some in there.
roll me a spell attack just for random sake.
12.
12. You reach out with is your mage hand visible?
Yes.
You reach out with your mage hand and try to snatch something from the shadows. You grab air, and then there's a distinct pause, sort of like the silence before something's about to happen. And then you just hear some sort of tiny, I guess the term would be entropic roar coming from the shadows. And I need all of you to make a strength saving throw.
An entropic roar.
Like
No,
the howl of the void. Yes. Yes.
yeah, like that.
That is a 10.
Well, it's a good thing Kitlak is trained in strength saving throws because that is a hot 9 rather than a 7.
4?
Wow. Okay.
Wow,
So,
guys.
um,
We
that
can
is
do
a
better. Let's
series of
get a 1.
fail.
You know, we're little guys. We're just little guys. Huh.
Okay.
Might as well. Nice.
You are all pulled very closely to the wall, almost as if you are just sucked into a small black hole. And let's see. It's going to go for, well, Cassie, because you were there first, and Shay, because you were there second, and you tried to swipe at them. Wow, that is a really bad roll. Does a 12 hit you, Shay?
No.
Does a nat 1 hit you, Cassie?
I should hope not.
All right. So you all get sucked into towards a void in the shadow, and none of you get hurt, but you do get to see what it was that attacked you. And there it is,
Yay.
Is it flipping us off?
Kind of.
among other things. And go ahead and roll me your initiative.
Rude.
Oh yes, sorry. Yes, it is a tiny little hand with random eyeballs and a teethy hole right in the palm.
21, baby.
Slevin.
17 for Shay.
What did you get, Cassie?
7.
All right. Kitlak, you're up first. You got a tiny evil hand here that just tried to suck you into maybe its adorable little toothy hole.
Well, I'll give it something for its toothy hole to suck on. I'm going to. Is it? How close is it physically to everyone?
It drew you in. You are all literally right next to it.
Okay. Kitlak will fire off 2 shots with his pistol. Then,
And are you aiming to hit your
actually,
entire
no.
party again?
Cancel this, because I need to roll once, and then if I hit it, I'll roll again. So that didn't count. All right, that is a 18, and no, I'm not planning to hit my whole party. Does that hit?
That hits.
All right, then I get advantage on the next one because of Vex. Is a 28.
Yep.
Does that hit? Cool. All right, so that's going to be 2d10 plus 10 total.
How loud is your gun?
I mean, it is pretty loud. I would say it's not a quiet device. That is 18 magical piercing.
Okay. You blow a couple of its fingers off, but it's still up. Would you like to do anything else?
Let me see. I feel like Kid like has a fun bonus action he could probably use. Yeah, okay. Kitlak is going to use a Draconic Cry to give everyone advantage on attacks against this. He is going to swear in Draconic and call it a what would be a good Draconic insult? Um, the rancid yolk of a rotten egg, something like that.
So you call it TMS child. Okay.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
so everyone
So
has advantage now.
everyone got advantage on that attack.
Okay, Shay, you're up next.
Do I have disadvantage on a ranged spell attack?
Yes, it is. You are all within 5 feet of it, so yes, any ranged attack would be disadvantaged. Uh, it's so it's just a straight roll.
A, um, hang on. Sorcerer stuff that I'm not used to. What is that? And there's how many entities are we fighting?
Well, so far you found one.
Oh, just one. Okay.
So far,
We are. She is going to cast Sorceress Burst, her cantrip. Um, with gosh, acid usually a good choice, right? We'll go with acid. Straight roll because disadvantage plus advantage.
also Cassie, you would be aware of this. Roll me your perception, please.
Oh, come on, 10.
That's a miss. You cast acid onto the wall. Its horrid eyes just blink at you,
Jeez.
unimpressed.
That is a 5, by the way.
Yeah, nope, you don't notice anything. Okay.
Let me check bonus actions real quick. I just don't have enough sorcery points this level to do anything.
Does that mean it's raptor time?
Yeah, that's the end of her turn. Is she gonna move away? Does she feel like if she moves away, she's gonna get the pull? Is it gonna be like at like rough terrain or something, moving away because of the pull, or
I mean, the poll ended.
oh, the pull's done? Okay. Um, sure, sure. Um, no, she'll stay there. She's
Okay.
done.
It's raptor time. Kid Luck is the advantage for all attacks or just the first attack?
All.
Wow.
I
That's a
can only
miss.
do it twice per long rest, but it is pretty good.
That's a miss. That hits. You shear off a pig key. Anything else, Genevieve? Okay. In that case, the hand is going to go and it's going to reach out towards you, Kitlek, and going to slash at you for a bit. Does a 21 hit?
21 does hit.
But that was that at. They didn't have advantage for any reason, did they?
Nope. Straight roll, as is this 19.
Is that damage?
No, to attack.
That also hits, yeah.
All right, then that is going to be
I think we're gonna silvery barbs that one.
okay.
Appreciated.
That is a 8 to hit.
Misses.
All right, in that case, you're only going to take 10 bludgeoning damage as it slashes across you.
A lot
Does
more
Kit
survivable than I thought it would be.
does Kit I think I'm gonna give it a Kitlak anyway. Does Kitlak? I guess this is meta knowledge, but does Kitlak also get the advantage from what he did?
I think it ends
Yes. Yes,
after
I do.
this turn, right?
Well, also, I would get it
Okay.
anyway from Vex.
Then she will give it to her, advantage to herself.
All right,
Yeah,
it's going to disengage and skitter into shadows away from you. It's hiding in the walls. And everyone can do a perception check to see if you can still see it.
Oh, the advantage is only for while it is within 10 feet of me. However, it is for all
It is.
creatures in 10 feet of me.
It is moving 20 feet away.
Mhm.
So the advantage is for only against creatures within 10 feet of you. For
Yeah, let me
everyone
just.
within 10 feet of you. Is that right?
I believe it's something like that. Let me check the actual.
That would make sense if it's replacing pack tactics. Yeah.
Yeah.
You absolutely see it. Well, barely see it.
That is a 18.
You do see it.
Oh
11?
Yeah, it's in the shadows. You know something in the shadows moving, but it's difficult to see.
no, it is. So yeah, as a bonus action, you let out a cry at your enemies within 10 feet of you. Until the start of your next turn, you and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against any of those enemies who could hear you. So yeah, no matter where it is, as long as it heard me while it was in those 10 feet, you have advantage against it until the start of my next turn.
It was a hand. It may not have had ears.
I mean,
It can hear.
it can hear. It's got to be able to.
Does it have to?
Yeah, John was asking about how much noise my gun made. This sucker can hear. Come on
Oh,
now.
fair
Oh,
enough.
in fairness, that wasn't necessarily for this hand.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing probably has like a fully functioning digestive tract complete with a really weird sphincter. Like it's got everything.
I will tell you, it does not have a digestive tract or a sphincter.
Huh. Well, I guess opinions aren't like assholes then.
Anyway, so what was your perception, Tyler?
Uh, when? Like
Just
when
now
did
to
we
see if
roll
you can
this? Oh, just now.
still see it in shadows. It's not actively hiding, so it's just that you're against its passive right now.
Is it
Yeah, I
magical
don't think
shadows?
so. 6.
Is it magical shadows? Because she's got dark vision.
I mean,
Um, Even
yeah,
with dark vision, these things are good at hiding.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But two of you saw it, and that was Cassie and I believe Genevieve. Yep. Wait, what did you get, Shay?
11?
Oh yeah, no, that was a no. You know there's something moving in the shadows. Um, it is now Cassie's turn, by the way. It is somewhere you know where it is, 20 feet away from you, up the wall. I climbed up the wall. You know where it is.
All right. Cassie is going to move a little bit closer, 5 feet closer. And she's going to do two things. First, she's going to um, turn a dial on her acid gun and pull the trigger at the creature.
Okay,
And that is a 15 dex save.
15 dex save. Does it have anything special on its saves? It does not. So that is a 17. Does it take anything
All
on a
right.
save?
No, it is a save or suck.
All right. Anything else?
Um, and yes, because she is within 15 feet of it, and as usual, she has her arcane cannon strapped to her wrist. She is going to use the flamethrower bonus action,
And that's another
and that
dex
is
save.
also a 15 dex save.
That is a 19. It's a dexterous hand.
All right, go figure. Um, yeah, it still takes damage, but only takes half damage.
All right, roll it.
Ew. Yeah, that's 2 fire damage. On the bright side, it did illuminate the area briefly.
Yeah, roll me just one more perception check, please, Cassie.
Nope,
Nope.
that is a 7.
Okay, Kitlak, back to you.
Rad. Kitlak is going to take a shot at it. Um, you can't see it, right?
You have
So
a general idea of where it is because uh, Cassie just kind of tried to shoot at it. She missed the first shot, but she definitely lit something on fire for a second. So
cool. So does
it's
so
still a
Kitlak?
disadvantage, but it'll be yeah,
Well, I also have Vex, so it ends up being a straight roll.
that
As
works
long
for
as
you.
it's the last thing I hit, if I keep shooting it, I keep having advantage as long as I keep hitting it. So that's pretty nice. I like that a lot. Oops, that's ignore that. Or maybe don't. Why let's use that. That's great.
I mean, with disadvantage, are you rolling that with disadvantage? No, you don't have disadvantage.
Yeah. That's a dirty 20.
That still hits.
Cool. Um so I am going to hit that sucker. I'm going to roll it again. Again with Vex. That is a dirty 19.
That also hits.
All right. So again, that is 2d10 plus 10. Total of 25 magical piercing with 2 more shots hitting home.
Even though you only know the general idea of where it is, you have a pretty good aim. With
Hmm.
2 shots, you don't only blow off the rest of its fingers, you blow the hand open, and for an instant, you can see the maw in the center kind of expand ever so slightly, and the shadows in that area just get a little darker, and then the flesh of the hand, fingers, flesh, bone, they all just drop to the ground and splat.
Cool.
It is dead.
Um, Kitlak is going to take out one of his cigars, chop off the end with with 2 of his claws, and light the end with the hot barrel of his gun, and just take a deep drag in on the cigar for a second wind. So I'm going to roll 1d10 and get back some hit points.
And now everyone except
Did you
Cassie can roll perception.
smoke cigar? You get hit points back for smoking a cigar?
Yeah, second wind.
Oh, it's like
Smoking's cool, kids. You heard it here first.
it's sure. Well,
All right.
And Tyler,
What was I rolling aside from second wind?
perception check.
Okay, Kitlak regains 11 hit points and is at full health. That is jank, but it's also a 14, so I'm not going to
Right.
complain too loud.
Um, RC, what did you get again? Yeah, so all three of you here in the not so distant lizard cry, food, meat, meat, and that sounds like some running headed your way. Um, there isn't like an open like it's basically like 2 walls are still standing and the other two aren't. So opening is kind of a generous term. So you guys are essentially, and the sounds are coming from um opposite side of that wall. I believe it's just a 5 by 5 square that can do that in, correct? I mean, you've got 1 or 2 minutes before they arrive up there.
I mean, we could just go back in the bags.
Do you have to air them out first? To...
Now the air is replenished.
You sound so disappointed.
Kid begins horking up his bag and contorts himself and just zoop right back into it.
I can't. You sounded so disappointed.
I mean,
I can't help but want to put you in life-threatening situations. I'm sorry.
Oh goodness, that's great.
Are you also getting back in the bag, Shay?
Sure.
And Genevieve, what are you going to do? All right. I'll say roll me your stealth with advantage to do that. You are rubble. You are stone. You are part of this ruin. Do not sneeze. So yeah, Cassie, you have 2 bags of holding and a bit of rubble nearby. Um, so good that even you don't believe Genevieve is in there, except you did see it happen. You think? You just pick up the bags, and what are you gonna do?
Yeah, she's going to pick up the bags and I guess just wait for them to arrive.
It doesn't take, like I said, you had about 2 minutes, so getting in the bags and all that, that took about 90 seconds. I just let you in. I'm not letting you out. You can wait. Um, some of the hunters arrive, and you recognize the leader with the big spear, and none of them are actually entering the shadow, but they are looking at you through one of the wall openings, and oh, metal, metal make noise. You make lizard noise. You false lizard. False lizard. And you just hear that rumble around it. And one of them, you think might be Ben, looks extremely disappointed.
Yes, sorry about that. This creature here, this hand thing, just surprised me a little bit.
Yeah. And he's going to spit on the hand. Amos. Yeah. Evil, evil wizard. But you useless, useless metal. You distract from hunt. We throw you in hole with all other metal. We throw her in hole. And you hear them
Oh
all say,
no,
we
that's
throw her in
quite
hole.
alright. That's quite alright. I'll throw myself in the hole. Just give me some time first.
Time. We getting hungry. Ben not looking as
And
tasty.
then you should probably go back to your hunt.
Uh, no more lizard noise. No more loud noise. You scare goats. And they
I will
just
do
go
my
back
best.
very disgruntled. And you keep hearing them mutter, throw in hole, throw in hole, throw in hole. Useless metal. Just because for funsies, I will let you know. He rolled a nat 1 on his perception to see you. He's going to be so confused when the rocks aren't there next time.
So I was thinking along those lines. Shall we retrieve them or just let them stew for a little bit? Mm, yeah, it's quite true.
Um, Either of you can roll me
We,
insight to figure out where the hole is.
we determined that Cassie could actually carry one of us, correct? And fly?
I
Yeah,
believe.
she should be able to carry one of you. Um, she can lift both of you, but I think only carry one.
Yeah. So you could carry Genevieve and fly over there.
Cassie?
Sorry, this was a what check?
Insight.
That's only a 9.
Well,
We are awesome adventurers.
well, there might be another hole around here. There was a big hole on the left side of Felrun. Maybe they tossed things in there? Or you can try looking in the shadows for more holes. I'm sure that won't end up badly.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the one they're talking about.
Would you like to scoop up any of the fingers and bone and skin from the ground, or are you just going to leave that there in the shadows?
Gonna play that one by ear, huh?
All right. Cassie, are you going to carry Genevieve to the mine, or are you going to try and sneak your way over there?
Probably just carry her. I think that would make the most sense for them
All
out of a
right.
very stealthy one.
All right. I guess both of you make me a stealth check as you fly over there. I believe so. But let me check.
Yeah, it should.
You touch a creature, strength, dex, int, whiz, or charisma. For the duration, the target has advantage on ability checks using the chosen ability. So yeah, that's an ability check, isn't it?
But not a saving throw. So if you
Correct.
fell, it might be a saving throw. Oh, sorry, I was only half listening.
So what's the
I
CC?
actually love that spell. That's pretty great. Boy, these rolls, man.
Yeah, you summon a devil
that
that will now chase you throughout the
that is a
entire
4.
campaign.
It's the yes, right? It's not the dice rollers.
So you got an 8, and what did you get, Cassie?
4.
Wow. So here's what happens. They all notice you, Cassie, but it isn't until you're almost at the mine when one of the few scavengers on the top ruins, actually, finally, they rolled really poorly too, actually, finally points and goes, "Meat! Flying meat!"
No, not me. Just metal again.
Cassie's doing exactly what she said she was going to do. Just
Um,
going to the hole.
yeah, they're going to try and they have a nice bow and arrow on hand. They're going to try and shoot you, um, Genevieve, because they want meat. They hungry. That is the second nat one I've rolled tonight. And I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit you either. So they try and shoot you once, and then when they try and shoot you again, their bow literally snaps in half, like in Men in Tights. He's- They just look at it, and by the time the others get there, you are at the mine entrance, and they're pointing meat, meat, and all they see is Cassie's backside. You gave one of them hope
Bite
for
my
a
shiny
second.
little ass.
Yep. So, do you enter the mines?
Yeah, that does make the most sense. We'll do exactly that.
All right.
And she does exactly that. Just pulls them out by the scruffs again.
Kitlak dusts himself off, lubes up the bag with some more pocket guacamole, and just slurps it down after tying it around a tooth.
Are they gone?
Not quite.
What's happening?
Yeah, that.
Anyways, continue.
Okay, next question. Where are we?
We're now at the hole.
Fantastic. Do I go back in the bag so you can fly us down there? Oh. How deep is the hole?
Do you all examine the mine entrance?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think
Yes.
investigation check.
Is it
Um,
investigation?
gonna put some D4 on that as well. Guidance.
16?
With that hot 1 on guidance,
That is also a 16.
that is a 18 as well. Oh no, excuse me, a 19. Would you like some help, John?
Yes, please.
All right.
Am
Gonna
I
promote
having
me though.
flashbacks of an old Star Trek video game where they had to go into a mine to save some people?
Oops.
Anyone
What
else
people
play?
could live here?
Did anyone else play that game? Then was it? I don't think it was NES. It might have been a
Thank
computer
you.
game. I don't remember.
Welcome.
And you've locked it?
Yep, it's locked.
There you go. You're
Ooh,
at the entrance to the cave. What was everyone's investigation rolls?
19.
16.
That's a 16.
There are no traps. Um, Based on what you heard them say, Cassie, it's likely that the scavengers have come in and thrown things in here for a while. Um, they've probably set off all the traps at one point or another, and hey, free meat that way. Granted, you don't know how deep they went, but you can always explore and find out.
I'm assuming that because it's a mine, it's not a direct drop down. There's probably pathways around it.
Oh yeah, no. In fact, it just seems to be a gentle tilt down.
Um, God, we are so small and squishy, aren't we? Do any of us not have dark vision?
I'm not sure Kenders have dark vision.
She does. I think I got it from a Kender feat, thanks to Cipher.
Kitlak will um put his hand over Shay's shoulder and walk in together with Shay, with his other hand on his revolver on his hip.
Hey, I'll go first.
Seems more democratic this way.
You see that you got a pretty high investigation, right, Kitlak?
I got a
Um,
19. Yeah, I got the
yeah.
highest.
These might have been rails at one point or something to help smooth carts coming in and out, but they have since been converted to stairs. You can see the conversion even, but yeah, no, it's going up and then it's going when you see into the cave it's going down. It's a weird conversion, but it's kind of fancy.
Is this place up to code?
I mean, there are no traps. Your kobold instincts are screaming, "Where are the traps? Where are the traps? This is so wrong."
Yeah.
No, there aren't.
Not OSHA approved, then.
Yeah, Kitlak makes a little tut 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 noise in the back of his throat.
You can see on either side of the stairs, kind of close to the walls, there are bits of metal and pieces. This is literally scrap. There is nothing valuable there. You don't even have to investigate. This is just detritus that they have tossed in without wanting to go further.
So we're looking for something special, but a lot of people already been through here? Does it look like that to us?
There are no footprints, if that's what you're asking, but these
And this is like footprints, but
you
I
have
mean,
been told that many have come and few have left. Um, so it's likely that if they didn't get caught by the scavengers, which the scavengers aren't too bright, um, and there are metal-bodied people around, it means that whatever's in here is either very well trapped, there's something in here, or they just got lost. But yes, people have come here before. They just very few people come out.
Don't tell me this is your first trip to a interstellar junkyard. No, they had one fine. Just had to put a few holes in it. Kitlak shrugs. Well, I'm not really sure how much I want to keep jumping in and out of my bag. I've only got so much pocket guac left.
does anyone have keen mind?
Got a pretty keen mind if I do say so.
Ah, no, let's. Okay, so Shay is going to use my strategy for mining in Minecraft, which is to place a torch, or in this case, use prestidigitation to create a magic symbol on the wall on the right hand side always. And
Mm-hmm.
so that way you know that if you come across something again, then it's the same magic mark. It's going to be hero magic mark. That you can always go back. You follow things back on the left and always get back out. The magic mark lasts for an hour, so it's not exactly like Minecraft.
Where would you like to place the magic mark?
Um, as we go every 20 feet or so. I mean, it's a cantrip, so she can do it at will, essentially.
Right. Well, right now you are in the entrance.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and if Shay is going first, which she is apparently, she is going to make only right turns because that's how she works through these kind of things.
Okay, so you can go to the right, you
To
can
the
go to
right,
the
to the
left,
right.
and then
Nope,
there's
to the
left
right.
and right.
You go to the
Okay.
right.
Bring it back now, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
She's gonna
Sorry.
go through this in a systematic fashion. We are going to go
Yeah,
right
we're
turns
gonna cha
only.
cha real smooth.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going over there.
Yep. Kitlak knows someone with a plan when he sees one, so he's gonna follow Shay. No questions asked.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys going to be investigating for traps at all?
Of course.
That is Kitlak's job.
I mean, it's all of our
I'm
job,
assuming
yes.
that, well, yes, but
Am I
Shay
am I
is
being am I being profiled because I'm a kobold?
no, Shay is doing her thing with the things on the wall. That's taking some of her concentration. So I assume Kitlak would be a better person. Oh my goodness, that's
That's
That
not
that's
a
a
D20.
guidance die.
That's not a D20.
No,
I
it's a
mean
guidance die.
that said, I think both of the kobolds would probably do it just out of instinct, habit, whatever you want to call it.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Cassie.
Um. So that is a 7 on investigation, all told.
That
It's
is a
already
12.
already better than what I got.
Yeah, you don't see any traps or anything. There's more detritus here. Some loose stones. Looks like they've removed some parts of the ruins. Um, but it's just kind of piles of metal that they've put against the wall, or more likely they tossed in here, and someone, when they came through, pushed it out of the way. Um, yeah, you still
Yeah,
you move forward.
Shay is doing her thing. Yep,
I'm
she
gonna
is
have you
going
guys move
forward.
yourselves forward, so make
We're,
sure you're moving, or the story
um,
doesn't move with you.
so she's gonna get to this point. She's got enough dark vision to see that this is not a dead end, essentially.
There are stones and rocks and some just piles of metal here.
Not this type of metal, I assume.
It looks like trash. It all looks like trash, but it looks like the trash you get from like the remains of ships or broken weapons and armor, that sort of thing.
This dot is what Shay's putting down for
Yeah.
prestidigitation. Okay, cool.
You can roll an investigation for it, but there's enough here that you can either do an investigation with a high threshold or take 10 minutes and do it with a lower threshold.
We're kind of on a time crunch. No, that my symbols only last an hour, so we should keep moving. Nice.
With a 21, there isn't anything of real value. Like uh, there's like a few bits of silver, um, and ooh, that is 5 gold coins. Hey, they don't even care about gold. Awesome. But you have a feeling if you find other caches like this, you might find more. The I'll say this with the 21, you're not the first ones that have been here. All of the easy trash piles have probably been picked through. You're going to have to go deeper to find anything really worthwhile, and of course, the deeper that you go, the higher the risk.
Is there water in here at all? Is it damp?
Roll me your
Moist?
perception.
19.
It is dry as a bone. There is absolutely no water in here, and yet when you sniff, you get the sense of what is that? Is that? It's almost like dead leaves or something, like dead plants.
She's gonna actually ask Genevieve, yeah. Because we're both like, well, Shay's a leaf collector and Genevieve is adjacent. Something adjacent to that. I forgot exactly what Genevieve was. Yes. Yes, but that smells organic. Organic's a weird word. Um, why isn't rock organic? Never mind. Uh, um, it smells. This place is so dry. What? Do you smell the? Do you smell that? The decaying leaves?
Roll me your perception. Yeah, yeah.
We burn these rollers.
Yeah. There's just on the edge of your senses, as if just it's not like a lot of it, but just well, maybe there is. It's definitely a dead something, plant something in here somewhere nearby.
Well, let's keep going. Yeah. And she'll go to the next intersection, essentially. And if she doesn't see anything, she will turn right.
Again, there's some metal bits here, but it's nowhere near as big as that little curve was, so it's pretty mild. Nothing doesn't even look interesting. And you come to there's been a bit of a rock collapse here. Um, that is a foot to squeeze through. Can all of you squeeze down to 1 foot or less?
Probably.
Where else?
They also don't lie.
Let's see.
That
all
would
of us are.
Squeeze. I think that's going to be an athletics check if you want to get through that without getting stuck.
1 second.
Yeah, I think all of us are small, so we technically can fit through there.
Hmm. So you can squeeze through a size fit for or an area fit for a creature that is one size category less than you. Now,
And you're all small, so that's
so we can
tiny.
squeeze through a tiny space. So if there is a rat is tiny. So if there is like a say a 1 inch gap in a fence or something, we can squeeze through that sucker, no problem.
I am still going to say this is an athletics check because
I
this
would
is
say you can't do what a rat does though, which is
Uh-huh.
squeeze through. That's kind of we could do what a rat would do if it was just normally just running.
Fair.
Is the rack loose?
no. This is fallen down and settled for a while.
Kitlak gets a 16 on his athletics, and before he goes through, he's going to tap Genevieve on the shoulder and give her guidance.
Yeah, you can squeeze in there. Oh, you're going to have to squeeze out as well. Oh, it's a tight fit with 2 of you in here.
All right,
Not
yeah.
sure you
Well,
can get us out easily.
we're not going at the same time. That would not make
You're
sense.
rolling in that way.
Crit.
Oh,
Kitlak just
you,
slides through
yeah.
there.
You
Just
you tap into the soul of a kobold and you just zoop squeeze through. It's like an eel.
Cobalt, Kitlak just takes a handful of pocket guac out and just slathers the
Right,
sides of
so
its coat a
before
little bit and
anyone
just right through there.
rolls anymore, do I have to roll to get out before Cassie rolls to get in?
Um, it would probably make it easier.
Yeah, we're gonna try that instead. Because there's no common sense that we would try to do this all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It-
A roll meant you moved.
You told us all to roll.
I said it
You
would
know,
take a roll.
yeah, he did say that. Technically,
Okay,
John's correct.
okay, okay.
That's kind of correct.
Am I the only person in this crawl space right now?
You see Cassie sticking their head in, getting ready to move in.
Just give me a second, okay, Cassie? Stop rushing me. I don't like confined spaces.
On the map art, yes. In terms of here, you'd have to inspect it to see if it is. It is. What is that?
6.
Um, you can stick your head through. Probably won't get stuck.
Cassie, push me.
It is a fossil of um you're a druid and you did grow up in a grove. You think this is some sort of based on the leaves and the pattern? This might be some strange sort of lily fossilized in stone. Okay. Cassie, are you going to get in that room?
She can't because Shay is in the way.
I'm stuck. Cassie,
You
push
can
me.
fit 2 people in there. Just 2 people, basically. If you put a third in, then yeah, everything's at disadvantage.
Hurry, my claustrophobia.
Fine. Fine.
Hurry.
Two.
Cassie or Shay is freaking out right now.
Oh yeah, you in against all odds, your chases seems to shrink ever so slightly, and you're actually able to just walk in there.
More than meets the eye.
Of course it is. You know how that works.
How are you going to help Shay get through? Are you going to push? Are you going to ask Kitlak to pull? Kitlak, are you just taking pictures?
Pretty much. He's kind of cleaning the guac off of himself. He's going to guidance anybody who comes into the area in front of him, just to kind of help him out. Actually, you know what? Yeah, he'll just use the help action. It's probably more useful than guidance.
Shay is pretty composed. She's kind of freaking out right now.
Okay. Kidlack is going to guidance and help action. Might as well do both, and start
Well,
pulling Shay.
first we'll see if we can push her through. If not, you might need to stone her.
Roll it, Shay.
Oh, I'm wrong. Okay.
Advantage
Advantage
plus
plus
D4.
D4. Okay. Oh my goodness.
What
10.
is that athletics? A
That's a
10?
10.
Believe it or not, for that one, that's all you need to get through. You're struggling, Kitlak is pulling, and out you go.
She
Well, that
is
was
she's
traumatic.
on the she's like kneeling on the ground, breathing heavily.
You should probably try to get through, Genevieve.
You kind of get halfway there and kind of get stuck.
All right, let me give you a hand here.
Damn hips.
Uh, yeah, it always is. Roll it again with the advantage, thanks to Cassie. Yep.
Let's do it again.
Oh!
Whoa!
I am going.
What
I'm
the
going to
fuck?
say with a 2020, Cassie's pull not only pulls you in, she then shoves you out the other side.
How many
Yep,
nat
there's where
20s
we're
on
seen
this?
all our 20s.
That's insane.
And I'm going to give you advantage, um, Cassie, because that's just really good luck. I am also going to say, Genevieve, get an inspiration. Because a double 20 deserves bloody inspiration.
Not so lucky for me. That's a 6.
A 6? You have -1 to your athletics?
Yes. Um, did you mean acrobatics? Dex check?
No, it's athletics because you're crawling through. It's a strength thing. Oh. Yeah, okay. Cassie may have slid through that first one and may have gotten Genevieve out like crazy, but this time her chaser seems to enlarge instead of shrink, which is a problem. Cassie's kind of stuck.
Oh, yes. How silly of me.
Oh, yes. How silly of me.
Sorry. That is okay. That's what Cassie had.
Jay's on the ground. Not she's no help at all.
Kitlak's gonna guidance and pull for that whole plus D4 help action advantage. There you go. That's something.
That's 15.
All right, yes, that's enough. And Cassie comes through to a traumatized Shay, to a, well, almost positively glowing with positive energy Genevieve, and a Kitlak that is just getting the last of the guac off.
It's guac our lubricant of choice for this campaign.
It's certainly
tonight-
Kitlak's lubricant.
For tonight, it is.
Just give
Um,
me,
Yep.
just give me a moment. It's
everyone can roll me perception. Shay, yours is at
no.
disadvantage because you're traumatized right
I'm
now.
not. I'm not even rolling. I'm not even rolling.
Fair enough.
It's a good thing that cows are so abundant on this asteroid.
Kitlak reaches into his chip pocket and pulls out a chip and dips it in his guac pocket.
I don't know,
Right.
but that is a negative for Cassie.
All right, so
Jesus.
the good news is Genevieve on a nat 20. You've got a lock on the scent of those dead plants, and it is worse than you thought. It is. They're not just dead. There is something rotting in those in that plant. It is disgusting, and it's like you once came across a decomposing grove that had been hit by unnatural acids from monsters, and this smells like that, but worse. Like you are having trouble not heaving at the moment. It is a bad smell. You're kind of shocked no one else can get it. No one else is reacting to it. You're the only one. It is this direction. Over here is another cave in. There is no path here.
Can I essentially give myself exhaustion for the next 10 minutes because of that?
You could. I'm. Mm,
She's 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 she was traumatized and maybe still is, but she'll be fine in a bit. But I think going forward for the next little bit, she's just not very useful. What is?
I'm.
Yay?
Tell you what, Shay. I'll make you a devil's bargain. You won't get exhaustion, but at some point, randomly within the next period while you're in here, you will just roll with disadvantage. You don't know which roll it'll be, but it will be a roll. But otherwise,
Don't take it.
No, it was my idea in the first place. I feel like she should be at some sort of disadvantage for uh, in the short term.
all right, you don't have exhaustion, but at some point, bad luck because of flashbacks are going to hit you. All right, and Kitlak, are you going to join them?
For sure.
Also, I think it's more up to the cipher than it is up to me. How it happens.
All right. As you approach this part of the cave, it's a little darker. It is deeper in and not quite as close to the sunlight. And you find what appears to be, well, you're pretty sure it was a garden at some point.
To put a mark right there, at least.
Um, it was a garden. This was probably an attempt at hydroponics or uh, uh, fruiting trees or maybe even root vegetables, something. Um, but now it is just rotting dead plants, which is actually kind of odd because you'd think that they would be gone after so long with fail rune or petrified like some of the other things. No, these are almost like they're in a they're just now in a dying, almost slimy, decaying state. It is a horrible, terrible smell. And I will need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw just to handle it. Yep.
Does Cassie need to?
Um, Cassie has sent, correct?
Correct, but she is not required to breathe.
Okay. Are you breathing right now?
I would assume by default she probably doesn't breathe.
Okay. In that case,
But we have been talking about scent things, so maybe she's trying to perceive that.
That is fair, I would say.
tell you what. Roll me a luck.
Give
I'll
advantage.
I'll roll. Yeah, roll it with advantage. How's that? That's a fair trade. So what did everyone? Okay.
14 for
And
Shay.
you said that was con?
Yes.
17.
And what did Kitlak get? Kitlak? Did we lose Tyler? Tyler, you muted.
Oh, yes, I am muted. My bad. 9. Kid like got a 9.
Okay. Kitlak, you're the only one who um the smells really affect you more than the others. You are not used to nature in any sense, and you did not know nature could be this bad. Um,
It's all the
And
guacamole. I
yeah,
gotta
he
be
ate too much
honest.
guac. I was just gonna say the same thing. That's not a good combo. Rotting
yeah,
vegetation and
All
guacamole.
you're
right,
just
I
you're just
I
gonna
think
take
I'm learning some things about junkyards today.
you're
Oh,
gonna take 3 poison damage basically. Oh,
I'm up. I'm gonna need a second. Kilek's gonna go around the corner and just you hear the sounds of wet heaving coming from the corner, and he returns about a minute later. Oh, yep, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Wow.
no.
You know what? Kidlack's gonna roll a nature check because I bet he can do better than that. just just for the giggles of doing better than the oh my god, dude. 16.
okay. And what did Genevieve get? These are dead plants. They're abnormally dead. There's just something wrong here. With a 16, these you would almost say these are new plants that are decaying, almost like someone came in here and planted them and let them get to this state. You have no idea why, though. But it is a giant garden where the map kind of goes off to the left here.
Hmm.
It just kind of ends in a cave wall. There is nothing beyond that. This is a limited garden that they were doing something. You can see an entrance over here, an exit over here, and yeah,
This is a cave, so is this like a hydroponics kind of a thing, or
you'd think they'd try that, but it almost looks a little like a garden.
so was this at one point open to the sky?
No, no,
Or was there a giant plant beast that was sustaining them?
that's a good question. You don't know.
Oh,
I
I
figure
but
this will make a good
what?
token.
Oh, I thought that was like when they put that.
I also got this guy.
Leaves, leaves. Doesn't smell like leaves I'd want.
Yeah, the leaves, if you try and pick one up, are uh, they're degrading. They're slimy. They leave almost like a purple ink color on your hand. It is
Can
gross. It's almost
yeah, she's not
mucus
gonna
like.
pick one up. Can she's not gonna pick one up, but can she draw one in her book
You
instead
absolutely
of
can.
saving a leaf like this? She wants to at least document it. Or does she recognize the shape of the leaves?
Feel like this is a little fringe for what we're going with, but I'm just putting all my stuff on the table.
Yeah, what other plants do
Don't
you
give
have?
him ideas, Tyler. It's just leaves and plants. It doesn't mean that they have to be Seymour.
Let's see. Yep, I reached my limit. That's about all I could put out there. It stopped me from doing it.
Well, Banana Knight can go, and Man-Eating Plant, I mean, it's cute, but no. The Luminous Plant, however, um, everyone roll me just a quick perception.
I can't interact with anything on the board. Could you roll it for me? Normally I'd refresh, but like, yeah.
We're almost at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
That is, jeez, that is a
These
12 for
rolls.
Cassie.
It is faster Feeman, man.
Oops, that's the wrong dice. Ignore that.
Feeman? Feeman? That's not the right
Feast or Feeman?
feast or famine.
15 plus whatever, Tyler, for you.
Yep.
For what roll is it?
Perception.
It's
Seven.
18.
Okay, so what did everyone get again?
7?
12.
Okay, yeah, most of you are still
She's drawing. She doesn't. She's not paying attention.
disgusted by everything going on, but Kitlak and Genevieve especially, yeah, these plants are rotted. They are wrong. They should not be here with a colony that failed hundreds of years, at least 100 years ago. And they definitely shouldn't have that rising mound of plants of rot and decay that's letting out a slithering roar.
Neat.
Does Shay recognize the leaves?
We'll have to determine that next time.
Ah,
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see what that rising mound is all about. Have a great week, everyone.